booties for black girl nerds.
Alyson, we look like we're going to shoot the old school Sprite commercials.
I love it. Let's do it. I love your plants. They're so healthy.
Thank you. You know, pandemic, plant mom type, you know how it goes. It was either...
I did that too. I suddenly found my green thumb.
It's amazing how those things happen. But thank you for your time today. I enjoyed you in Flora Ulysses. It was so cute and sweet and tender.
Thank you.
What I really liked about Phyllis is that Phyllis was a romance novelist. I've never met a romance novelist in my life, and I always wonder what type of person they would be. So when you were putting her together in your mind of how she would be and her nuances and all that, what did you have in mind for what a romance novelist would be like?
I definitely pictured like her floating. Sort of, you know, or at least she thinks she's floating. So that was sort of like how I pictured her to be. I've met some moms, you know, at school or whatever that I loosely based her on, you know, and it was just so much fun. And, I love how flawed she is. And, you know, she's well-intended, but she's definitely like messing it up. And I just feel like she's so relatable and trying to navigate this new like circumstance with being separated from her husband and also just losing track of the things that really should be important to her just because of the stress of life.
I like that about her. I think a lot of us can relate to that. When you have these passion projects that you want to get going and you get it, it goes good for a little bit and the peaks and valleys and it goes low and high. And as an artist yourself, how do you work through those types of things? With her, she just couldn't figure out. She changed some things around in the home to try to help that. What do you do when you get kind of in those little stuck spots?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm really sort of lucky where I can be inspired by so many things. I mean, just a tree really can like bring me back, or a song, or, you know, I love crafting. So that's a great outlet for me. If I'm stuck there, I just go to Pinterest. And, you know, so I think the hardest part of it is just realizing that you're stuck. And then once I do that, I can navigate myself out of it pretty easily.
I liked how you and Big Ben played off of each other. You know, he was got to be real slapsticky, and you were kind of the stabilizing force even as you work through your own things. What has Ben doing before you guys have to shoot these scenes where he's doing all this wild slapstick kind of stuff? What was it like with the two of you while you wait?
Oh, I mean, he's like such a just great, everybody loves him kind of guy. You know, he was phenomenal with the kids. He and Matilda and Little Ben had like so many like inside jokes or things, and that honestly, he's going to be such an incredible father. But he's just a really easy, likable guy and really fun to play off of, because, you know, that scene where we have that sort of awkward door exchange of like, how are we greeting each other now? That was so much fun to do. And yeah, he just brings this great energy.
I like that scene a lot because we've all been there, whether it's a coworker or like, you know, when you're passing in the hallway, do you say hi to each other every time? When you get trapped in those kind of weirdo things, what are those scenarios? What do you do? What's your go-to? Is it the high five? What's your go-to?
Yeah, I mean, my go-to is just make it even more awkward. That's sort of my norm. But actually, somebody earlier said that that's how we're all going to be once this pandemic's over, of like how we can greet each other again. And I was like, you're absolutely right. It's going to be like, oh, how do we do? What do we do?
We're going to have to elbow each other.
Exactly. But I don't know if I have a go-to. I sort of just I think I just make a lot of like weird, like, oh my God, noises, uncomfortably awkward noises.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Alyson. I enjoyed you. You're terrific in this, and it's always good to see you on the screen.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too. Have a good day.
You too.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for black girl nerves.